What's going on, SixPackAbs.com? It's Thomas DeLauer, lead trainer and lead nutritionist of SixPackAbs.com. Also the creator of the science-based six-pack intermittent fasting course, which you can find down below in the description. Hey, so today I want to talk about something that's a little bit confusing. I want to talk about why you may want to be not doing so much in the way of high-intensity exercise in conjunction with your maximum weightlifting exercises. So I'm going to give you an example. A lot of times you will see people doing things like this. They'll do a bunch of jump rope, or they'll do some kind of cardio movement or some kind of high-intensity cardio movement followed by a maximum lift. Like they'll go and they'll do like 3 repetitions of deadlifts, or they'll go over and they'll do some maximum repetitions on bench. Well, although that's getting you a really good workout as far as your heart rate's concerned and as far as just your overall central nervous system is concerned, you're not getting yourself the actual metabolic function that's going to allow you to burn fat. In fact, it actually does kind of the opposite. You see, we have 2 energy systems within the body. We have the aerobic energy system and the anaerobic energy system. The aerobic energy system allows us to utilize, say, cardio as a tool. It allows us to do low intensity activity and allows us to have oxygen that comes in and mixes with chemicals in the body and mixes with our cells to ultimately create energy. Okay, it's called beta oxidation. So that's what you're doing whenever you're doing low intensity cardio. That is one separate energy system. Then you have anaerobic. Anaerobic is where your body is utilizing carbohydrates as a fuel source, and when you're doing things like maximum lifts or when you're doing things like sprinting or anything like that that is more intense. That requires the utilization of the anaerobic energy system. Anaerobic simply means without oxygen. So what ends up happening if you end up combining sort of like high intensity sprinting or maybe high intensity cardio of some kind and then go and do some kind of high intensity lift, you're utilizing the same energy system and burning yourself out. And you're still bringing in a little bit of the aerobic system, so you're actually just completely tanking both systems. Our bodies aren't really metabolically designed as far as body composition goes to really be maximizing results from mixing those 2. I'm a big fan of keeping them separate. You either work on the aerobic system or you work on the anaerobic system, but you don't really combine the 2. Because what's happening is you're never able to get your full effect with the anaerobic system. So if you go and you burn yourself out aerobically, and then you try to do a maximum lift, you're gonna be in a situation where A, you're fatigued already, so you're gonna be super sloppy. There's no way you're gonna get a maximum lift out of that. But B, your form and everything is gonna be compromised anyway because all the stabilizing muscles are totally shot. They're totally fatigued. So there's kind of a balance here. Like when you look at that kind of training, that's more athletic training. That's not necessarily good for body composition. Now I'm gonna use CrossFit as an example here. And this isn't to pick on CrossFit, it's just to look at it in general. You notice that a lot of people that are active CrossFit people don't usually have a ripped six-pack. They're not usually in really good shape. Now it doesn't mean that they're not in amazing athletic shape, but a lot of times it's not allowing the body to tap in to fat stores. You see, you're constantly exhausting yourself from an anaerobic standpoint, never giving yourself the ability to truly maximize one or the other. So you're actually putting your body in this gray area where it's more likely to store fat than it is to burn it. So when you're looking at designing your workouts, you just want to make sure you're keeping cardio separate and weight training separate. The only time where cardio is going to come into play is if you're doing the kind of weight training that's just keeping your heart rate consistently elevated. Talking about things like time under tension or any kind of training like that, or body weight movements. But if you're going to go and you're going to do an all-out sprint and then come over and try to do a max deadlift for 2 or 3 reps, you're going to be in for a world of hurt and it's going to cause a myriad of different problems. But you're also not going to be able to get the fat loss that you're after. It ends up causing a big problem. So if you want to hear a little bit more about how this works, please feel free to comment below and let us know exactly what you want answered. Because it's a really ambiguous topic and a lot of people haven't really addressed it. So I'm happy to dive in deeper if you want to hear it. As always, keep it locked in here on SixPackAbs.com and I will see you in the next video.